quiet on the set.
Hey, what's good, guys? It's your boy G Marcus TV, back with a brand new video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, I'm bringing you the 2 last episodes of Harlem Season 2. This is on Amazon Prime Video. So of course, you know how we do on this channel. I give you guys a recap and I give you guys a review at the end of the recap. So let's get straight to it. This is episode number 7. So the episode starts off, of course, Camille had slept with Jameson, and she is really like, wow, like shocked that it really happened. So the girls, they're reminiscing about how they went to Puerto Rico years ago and how they want to do some of the same stuff, but at the same time they have reality that is not gonna be the same as it was before, because of course they're older now, they have more responsibilities and they're more mature. But they're having a good time shopping. At the same time, Camille, she's just having flashbacks of what happened the night before with Jameson. So the girls, they arrived at Puerto Rico and they are happy, excited as hell. And Ty, she's the most hypest one out of all of them. She wants to be the youngest one there, basically, like how it was back in the day. So Angie, she first with this guy that drove them, and basically he wants to get in them drawers and she kind of wants to get in the drawers. So they exchange numbers, but she does not go forward with it. So the girls, they get to the hotel and then just on the balcony they talking a whole bunch of shit to these guys that's on below floor. And Ty, she wants to moon them, like, you know, show the titties, and the girls, they're not with it. Like, they kind of tease it, but they're not with it. But Ty ends up doing it. So right after that, they made the joke like, okay, show us y'all stuff, and the guys ended up showing the stuff. It was really funny. So now they're on the beach, and while they're on the beach, Camille, she's still doing work that she has to do from home. Still working on that project, and they're like, damn, we should have never invited you. That's basically the type of energy they're on. But they're having a real good time on the beach. They're talking, they're chatting. Next thing you know, Quinn sees her ex-boyfriend, and I'm like, wow, what a coincidence. So Angie, for some reason, she couldn't be with another guy because, of course, you know, Angie, she is the loosest one inside the group, but for some reason, she's really attached to your boy, Michael, which is a really good thing and it shows growth on her part. So Camille, she continued to work on her project on the motherhood even after arriving in Puerto Rico. So Ty, she was planning every single thing the girls had to do. She was the most hypest one on the trip. So Quinn ends up going on the date with Keith, which is really messed up. I'm like, you really left your girls the same night, the same day. Y'all supposed to be kicking it, y'all supposed to be chilling the whole time y'all there, but you see your ex and you basically leave your girls. Really messed up on her part. So they go on the date, they're having a good time, and then she runs into her mother on the beach. I was just like, what a freaking coincidence. They just knew she was gonna be on this damn trip. So the mom basically gives a history and she lets her know, you know, your father's on medication, it's been working for him, and you should be on medication too if it's working for you. Basically telling her that mental health is a serious thing and she should definitely take care of herself. She was very supportive, and she admitted to coming there knowing that she was going to be there, and she had to get a facelift, another surgery on her face, which was hilarious. So Ty, she's on some daredevil shit, so she wants to actually do something. I'm not really sure what it is, where you're flying from a plane, you're hanging from it, and the girls, they're not with it. It's like, yo, you're crazy. They're not with it. They just want to look sexy on the beach. So the girls, they're talking. Next thing you know, Ty is being dragged in the sand with this damn thing. So she ends up breaking her arms. Either she breaks it or she sprains it. So they end up going to the club, and of course Quinn had to bring her new boyfriend, so he had to be the tag along for the ladies, and they're having a good time. So Angie, she decided that what she's gonna do is she's gonna find a single and she's gonna go call Michael and basically give him a little striptease. Like, she's gonna show some of the body, some of what she's been missing, because she really misses her boo. So she leaves them, abandons them, and she goes and finds Single on top of a roof. So the funniest thing happened. She goes on the roof where she finally has good Single. And as she's showing her body, a helicopter with the police comes and puts the spotlight on her. It's really funny, and she just basically had to run off. So Ty gets a call from Anime, that's the flower girl that she's been buying the cactus from, the flowers from. So she asks her to fix the computer because, of course, she's an older woman and she doesn't really know much about computers, but of course Ty knows about it. So she helps her fix the computer while on vacation. But they end up having a conversation about relationships and what they think about it and whatnot. It was a nice little conversation that they had, but you could see that it was more than the computer. So Camille and Angie, they walked on the beach together, and Camille told Angie the truth about what happened between her and Jason. So basically, it turns out she didn't even freaking cheat on Ian. She slept with Jason, but they didn't do anything. They just basically showed what happened. They was working real late and they was tired as hell, so they decided to take a 10-minute power nap, which I'm just like, wow. But they ended up sleeping together the whole night, but nothing happened. She still had her clothes on, he still had his clothes on. So Angie was just like, why you feel so guilty about the situation? Like, nothing happened. But Camille, she just felt like she did Ian dirty because she didn't let him know what happened. So the girl Ty, she was looking for some cocaine on the trip, which I found to be very interesting. They really was trying to get cocaine. They was trying to act like how they acted years ago when they was like younger, like real young, when they had no responsibilities like that. But they realized they got old and is just not the same as it was. So she ended up buying fake Coke, which was really a breeze because she spent $100 on it. Like, instead of a Coke being Coke, it was actually sugar. So she went to other locals to go get Coke, and one of the guys was just like, hey, you're too old to be buying Coke. So Camille and Angie, they was walking around and they seen a street vendor that had children. So Angie was blown away by it. Like, wow, you have kids and you're working on the street. That's dope. So she was like, can I interview you so I can work on this project? And the girl, she actually agreed with it. So while that was going on, the girl told her, well, basically she does a cleanse at New Year's Eve, 12 a.m., before 12 a.m., when she walks backwards naked in the ocean, and it basically washes everything away, washes away the air, all the bad stuff, and she feels renewed. So that gave Camille like a big ding, and she decided to do it with the girls, which was really cool. She tells the girls about it, so the girls ended up doing it. But it was weird because I'm like, are they ending the show? Because the way it happened, it was crazy. Like, they started having a whole bunch of flashbacks, like old episodes popped up. And I was like, what? Is this the end? As they were leaving Puerto Rico, Angie received a text from Michael that included a selfie of himself. So Angie showed the girls her boyfriend, and Quinn was just surprised to see that Michael is actually Mike. That's the guy that her mom was trying to get her to date. But she wasn't upset or she was jealous of them, but she didn't want to say something hurtful about Angie dating them. And that's how the episode ended. So let's go straight to episode number 8. So this is the season finale. It starts off, Angie got a lead role for a gig, and then she's really happy about it. So the girls end up having a brunch. Angie and Quinn get into like a little small argument because, of course, Angie feels like she's jealous of her and Mike since she actually left the apartment. So Quinn actually sends a shot at her, violating her, telling her, hey, well, the next time you end up a random guy, it is what it is. Like, basically, told her like, yo, this is not really gonna last. This is just a one-time thing. So Angie did not like that at all and ends up breaking out. But before she breaks out, she tells her, yo, remember, I sat through all your bullshit. So Angie tells Camille that she hasn't spoken to Quinn since the trip, but she's first and she loves her. She basically is gonna break up with Michael. So Quinn talks about how she's proud of her culture and celebrates a 2-week anniversary with her new boyfriend with a nice little small cake. Camille was having a show later on and the boyfriend could not make it. So Mike came to Quinn's shop and says how basically Angie broke up with him because she feels like Quinn comes first. So Quinn is just in shock, like, wow, she really did that? That's crazy. So she actually gives him some advice because he tells her that, yo, I really love her and I believe that she's the one, which was like a real type of scene. So what she ends up doing is she ends up giving him some tips about what her favorite things are and ways he can get her back. So Ty, she meets up with the plant lady from the previous episode as she was closing down because she fixed her computer in a previous episode. So Anime ends up asking her out on a date on the spot. Oh boy, I love girls like that. I love girls like that. She moved really fast. So she was just like, yo, I don't got time for all this nonsense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm older, so I don't need nothing fancy. I just want to go on a date and have a good time. So they end up going on a date. They have a real good time. And it turns out that the plant lady Anime, she just loves what she loves. It could be a man and it could be a woman. Like, she's just one of those girls. So Ian tells Camille that he wants to fix the house up for when they have babies. He's really, really excited, and you can see that Camille's not sharing the same joy as he's feeling it. So she's just like, what about this wedding that you have to pay for? Like, remember, you got responsibilities, bro. So he just says that, hey, my parents are going to pay for the wedding, and I'm going to pay them back in little payments. So she just tells him they need to take a pause, and he just tells her, no pressure, it's all good. So Camille and Jameson, they're at her house and they're talking. So Quinn's mom pops up out of nowhere as the door is open, and she just basically flirts a little bit with Jameson, and she just basically tells him he's handsome and she would love to hook him up with somebody. So he basically turns it down and he basically got out of there, which was a real funny scene. So Camille and Quinn's mom, they just end up talking about Ian in the future, and she just basically gives her good advice about kids in the future. So then Ian meets up with one of his aunts, and the aunts basically tells him like, yo, you cannot expect your parents to pay for this $68,000 wedding. Like, you're bugging. Why would you do that? And he's like, basically, yo, like, he has to do what he has to do. So something that was funny was she actually gives him $68,000. She basically gives it to him and just says, yo, he needs to grow up, be honest with himself. He knew he loved Camille when he was about to go marry that girl. Basically, grow up and be honest with yourself. She gave him that advice. Like, really, really think about how life is going and do what you got to do. So now all the girls, they're at Camille and Jameson's art exhibit. It's finally here. They're having a good show. Everything is going good. Dr. Perut shows up to show love, and Camille's mom shows up to show love, which was really shocking. Was not expecting to see Camille's mom again, but she shows that love. So later on, Quinn apologizes to Angie and admits that she didn't want to lose her. So she felt a little bit like, damn, if you get with this guy and it becomes serious, I'm going to lose you. I don't want to lose you. She apologized, and Angie said, yo, you come first. That's why I broke up with him, but it's all good. I love you. So they actually kiss and they make up. So Angie and Quinn, they go for a walk. So Angie thinking they're going for a regular walk, but it turns out that she's actually dropping off Angie to Mike, who has a whole bunch of flowers, and she basically drops her off and leaves to go to her boyfriend. She apologized to Mike for breaking it off with him and explained why she did it. So he sets up a nice little horse carriage ride for her. Later on, he gives her a whole bunch of her favorite stuff, plus champagne and pomegranate, which is one of her favorite things. All this information that he got from Quinn. Then he did something really dope. He gives her a scratchy where she has to scratch it off to win money, but it turns out that the scratchy was actually fake. After she scratched off the last thing, it says, will you marry me? So it was a nice romantic scene. He gives her a ring. It was really, really cool. So of course they are getting married. So Ty and Anime, they had a really great date. So Ty ends up walking Anime to the apartment, but she does not want to have sex on the first date or invite her upstairs. So Ty is tight, of course. She's ready to get down with the get down, but she just says, yo, this is the first date. I'm not really trying to have sex like that. So they end up having a nice, beautiful, beautiful kiss, and Anime breaks off. So as Ty is walking off, she gets a text from Zoe. That's one of her freak leaks, basically saying, yo, are you up? And they make plans to come over. So later on, they show Zoe in the bed, and Ty is about to give it to her. She got the little nice vibrator out. She's about to really, really put in some work. Next thing you know, her phone just starts going off, and it turns out that it's Anime. Anime just says, let's change the plan, can you come over? So she basically dropped what she was doing with Zoe, left her tied up. It was like, yo, you can let yourself up, but something just came up. It was a real funny scene. Like, she was like, can you at least untie me first? So Ty comes over, and she's thinking that they're about to have sex. No, they are not about to have sex. She just says that, yo, they just basically ended up chilling and cuddling with each other on the bed. So Ty's actually enjoying herself and just says, hey, well, I gotta go pee. So she goes to pee, and she runs into Anime's daughter, who turns out to be Zoe. This is the girl that she was just with, just about to have sex with, and Ben had sex with. So they're all in the hallway, and it's an awkward scene. So Quinn, she meets with a new guy, and it's really awkward. He tries to give her a kiss in the mouth, but she gives him her cheek to kiss. So she just basically tells him like she's not really ready for a relationship, and she just wants to fall in love with herself before she gives that to somebody else. So my boy, he just basically just says, hey, you know, when that happens, I'll be right there. Like, don't even worry about it. So Camille now, she meets with Ian, and she just basically says that, hey, when she found out that there's a possibility that she might not be able to have kids, instead of it being a heartbreak, it was actually a relief. She was happy she was not able to have kids. So it was a real sad scene. He just says, well, he understands. You're thinking that he's gonna go crazy, but nah, he said he understands, but it's still an emotional scene. He said that it's always been a dream of his, and it's something that he does not want to give up. So Camille basically breaks it off. I don't know, I can't even say if she broke it off or they both broke it off, but it basically ended. But the episode and season finale ends with the girls being at the clinic, and it turns out that somebody in the girl group is pregnant. So I'm just like, what? And they did not say who was pregnant. They just ended it off like that, leaving us in a cliffhanger. So guys, that's how the episodes ended. I would say that I would give this, really, I can't really give this a 9. I'll probably give this an 8. The reason why it went from a 9 to an 8, first off, I love the fact that they left us with a cliffhanger like that, because that means we're looking forward to the 3rd season. I love the fact that basically Ty was messing around with Zoe, which turns out to be the plant lady's daughter. That was not expected. I was not expecting that. That was dope. The fact that she was just about to smash her, and then she got the text from her mom saying, yo, come over, and then that happened. That was pretty dope. I love the fact that they showed the girls in Puerto Rico having a real good time, and just showing that, yo, we got old. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, we cannot party the way we used to party. It's not the way it used to be back in the day. We got responsibilities now. Some of us got boyfriends. Like, they can't wild out the way they used to wild out. This was a really good season. I really enjoyed these 2 episodes. Definitely comment down below and tell me what you thought about the episode. So guys, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what's up. Hit the notification bell as I'm dropping every single week. I love you guys. Thank you guys for loving me. Thank you guys for supporting me. I appreciate every single one of you. It's your boy G Marcus TV signing off.
Got it. That's a wrap.